But you don't have to do exactly what the government says. And action, baby. I was a super spreader myself. When they said lockdown for 15 days, I went across the country.
Man.
So all right, don't start like get me in trouble. And I heard,
want a burger?
Yeah, exactly. Y'all want a burger? I'm going to get a burger. Can I pick you up some? FBI is already calling people like me. Wow, Willy Wabbit? Let's all have an ice cream together one day.
Motherfucker said ice cream,
Yes, it's ice cream.
All right, so we're gonna read Revelation. We're really focused, this whole ministry is focused on the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, or the seals of Revelation 6. The first seal, releasing the rider on the white horse. The second seal, the rider on the red horse. The third seal, releasing the black horse. So we'll start with Revelation 6:5. He broke the third seal, and I heard the living being saying, "Go," and I looked forward. In front of me was a black horse, and the rider held in his hands a pair of scales. Then I heard what sounded like a voice from among the 4 living beings saying, 2 pounds of wheat for a day's wages, 6 pounds of barley for the same price. What it was it's equal to a day's wages. The word dinero in Spanish actually comes from the Arab word denarius.
I am Daenerys Stormborn.
Because when the Arabs ruled the Spanish peninsula, the denarius was one of the smaller coins, and the Spanish people worked for the ruling class Arabs, and so they associated money with a denarius, so they called it a dinero. And don't damage the oil or the wine. Okay, so we're gonna get into what this means here real quickly. Everyone that I've followed and learned from in the past has talked about this being famine, that the reason this is in here is all of a sudden a day's wages, you're not getting enough, you work a whole day for barely enough food to eat, a loaf of bread. And barley is a different kind of grain, but they're both grains that make cereals, breads, cakes, the basic food necessary for people to get by. And it says, don't damage the oil or the wine. Okay, I think scales, when you think of a court, judgment, some kind of judgment is coming on the people. As far as this famine goes, it's not so much a famine as the inflation, the price of food.
Notice you're paying more at the pump or the grocery store? You wouldn't be wrong. Prices are up.
Okay, so that's what they're saying. Famine and the price of food. Either way, it's a judgment upon a corrupt society. We're experiencing so much corruption. What it's about is control in a new economic system, and they're bringing us into a beast system, and to do that they're bringing in a horrible inflation, destroying the dollar. The dollar as we know it turned 50 years old. The fiat currency, fiat Latin for faith, turned 50 years old August 15, 2021. When I was a kid, I used to clean my parents' car and I'd get a quarter. That'd be the equivalent of getting $5 right now, because it was a quarter ounce of silver, real silver quarter, and a quarter ounce of silver right now, silver is going for $20 an ounce, so a quarter ounce would be $5. A dime would be 50 cents. So you can still buy a gallon of gas for like 60 cents in real silver, 60 cents in silver. Anyway, silver and gold are not easy to carry around. That's why I've been promoting XRP, Shiba Inu, and some of the other cryptocurrencies. Because I believe one way to combat the inflation, because if you put a small amount of money into these cryptocurrencies and the fiat currency continues to go down relative to the cryptocurrency, you'll still have the buying power to be able to eat. Jesus said to the disciples in Matthew 24 and in Revelation, don't fear. You won't be ignorant of these times that are coming. If you're listening to me, you can prepare for it. One, by buying cryptocurrency, buying some silver and gold, putting some food away. When if somebody had said 2 years ago, oh man, there's gonna be a toilet paper apocalypse, you need some extra toilet paper in your house, you would have laughed at them like they were a conspiracy theory. And then when that happened and you couldn't wipe your ass and you were paying extra money or waiting in line to get toilet paper, all of a sudden you believe them. Here's the thing, throughout history, fiat currencies don't last more than 40 or 50 years. Ours just turned 50. They're trying to eliminate the US US dollar, I don't think most people realize how much money they're printing. You don't recognize how quickly it happens. It's not that incredible when you think of how much food prices can go up. And people right now are saying, oh, inflation is prices going up. But truly, I'm saying to you, inflation is the currency being printed ad nauseum or limitlessly until it just becomes worth less and less and less because there's so much of it. Well, the deal is we're in so much debt. Some people say the debt just in the United States alone is over $200 trillion. And what's interesting about our money compared to other monies is we are the world's reserve currency to this day still. So if you go to Costa Rica, go to El Salvador, go to Lebanon or the border of Mexico and the US dollar is used concurrently with the local currency. Most people prefer dollars because they see it as stable, because our US dollar is spread throughout the whole world and people know that you can always trade it in and take it. So America is able to print these trillions of dollars and borrow money from itself, really, where the Federal Reserve has never been audited. It's unregulated. It's a private central bank that really has more influence in the United States than the citizens have. And that's why hyperinflation can come here, because the money of fiat currency is only as good as the faith people put in it. That's why it's called fiat. It means faith.
You probably know the answer. A $100 bill is printed by the government and designated as official currency, while other pieces of paper are not. But that's just what makes them legal. What makes a $100 bill valuable, on the other hand, is how many or few of them are around. Throughout history, most currency, including the US dollar, was linked to valuable commodities, and the amount of it in circulation depended on a government's gold or silver reserves. But after the US abolished the system in 1971, the dollar became what is known as fiat money, meaning not linked to any external resource, but relying instead solely on government policy to decide how much currency to print.
Faith. So if people stop believing in the government and they're already chanting that they hate the president, it's potential that our government is compromised by China. I'll just say it right there. And that they're going to arrest people who speak out against China. They're talking about arresting parents who are speaking out at these board meetings as domestic terrorists. FBI is already calling people like me who attended Trump rallies. Wow, Willy Wabbit? Anyways, the bottom line is that the stuff is still going to be available, but the prices are going to be high. You need to be prepared. So if you're listening to me, take your marijuana seeds and grow them. Grow hemp, grow weed. It's the tree of life. Save your food, save gold and silver, and buy some cryptos, because your job is not to have to deal with changing the whole world and deal with all these things going around, but be prepared. If you know this shit's going to happen ahead of time, be prepared. So the rider on the black horse is coming, and he's coming quick. You can hear him galloping. Okay, so I gotta go. God bless you guys. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate you, 20 people. The 20 of you who've been listening to me. I'm going to get a burger. Can I pick you up something? So I'm glad we're getting the 20 views. I'm glad there's at least 20 of you out there checking out what I have to say. Let's all have an ice cream together one day. Dinero. Yo quiero dinero. Yo quiero dinero.
Oh, you thought?
Being with a mom. That's
Sing their own song?
14 years old. And I gave it, sold the
Same thing to me.
On December 20th is
Jeff Jones.